Hello everybody, it's Redbeard Anubis and welcome back to LSPDFR. Today is court day and we're going to be headed to court. So let's go ahead and get there. Got a lot of court cases to go through. I'm going to run to the parking lot and get my vehicle and we'll see you guys when we're pulling up. All right, we're pulling up to the courthouse. Got a couple gentlemen drinking outside the city hall here. It's all right. We're off duty. And we need to get to court, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I was looking into courthouse mods. It was requested that I do that. However, every custom map that I load seems to create issues with the courthouse, so we're going to have to do what we normally do, which is stand here and pull out our little pad. All right, let's go through those court cases, starting at 4-5. All right, Darren De La Rosa, possession of marijuana, possession of PCP, and a warrant for arrest. He got 4 years in prison and was fined $12,000. Lyra McRoll was parked in front of fire hydrants and fined $150. Otis Bentley, possession of stolen government property, granted probation for that. Wow. Possession of a stolen vehicle, 12 months in prison, and resisting arrest, granted probation for that. So he got 1 year in prison and fined almost $2,000. Chuck Lors was driving under the influence and possession of PCP, possession of destruction devices. He got 5 years, 11 months in prison and was fined $4,500 and some change. Garcia Riviera, strong arm robbery, not guilty. No prison time, only fined for $744. So I guess they only could prove, or they plead. Yeah. So he's on probation, and then he has to pay the fine of $744 for possession of stolen property. Interesting. So he didn't get caught for the robbery, which is the bigger charge of the two. Probably a plea deal. Adam Smith, attempted murder of a police officer, 59 years, and then 4 years in prison for possession of heroin. So he got 63 years in prison for that, and fined $12,000. William Brooks. Ooh, that's a lot. Yeah, so he was arrested for driving under the influence, evading arrest, reckless driving, possession of methamphetamines, possession of stolen government property, possession of a stolen vehicle, warrant for arrest. Let's see here. License suspended for 2 years, 10 months. Then he got 3 years, 10 months in prison, so his suspension will start once he's released. And then he was fined a little over $8,000. Adric Ivanov, assault with a deadly weapon, domestic battery. He got 11 years in prison and fined $12,000. Alex Street was arrested for possession of fentanyl, possession of heroin, possession of PCP, attempted murder of a police officer, brandishing a firearm, discharge of a firearm, and resisting arrest with violence. Alex Street got 29 years, 9 months in prison, was fined a little over $22,000. And of course, he got 25 years for the attempted murder. And then he got 1 more year and fined $2,000 for the warrant for arrest. Jackie Jones, possession of methamphetamine, attempted murder of a police officer, carjacking, brandishing a firearm, discharge of a firearm, and resisting arrest with violence. 52 years in prison and fined a little over $20,000. Jason McKinley, possession of cocaine and marijuana, granted probation on the cocaine, 5 years for the marijuana. I feel like that should be reversed, but whatever. Fined $8,000 total. Yamato Silver, 6 years in prison total. License was revoked because he was driving while suspended, so they pulled it completely. Possession of paraphernalia, possession of fentanyl, possession of a stolen vehicle. He got probation on the stolen vehicle, really. Fined almost $8,500. John Holmes. Driving while suspended, driving under the influence, leaving the scene of an accident, possession of drug paraphernalia, resisting arrest, and warrant for arrest. His license was suspended for pretty much 2 years, 9 months, and got 10 months in prison for leaving the scene of the accident. Wow. Granted probation on everything, 11 months for resisting, and 3 years for the warrant. 4 years, 9 months in prison, fined a little over 9,500. Jack Deep, illegal possession of a firearm by a felon, failure to present concealed carry permit, and warrant for arrest. He got almost $7,000 in fines and 7 years in prison for that. Billy McDonald, failure to yield and driving without insurance. He was fined $1,635. David Marles, following too closely, fined $231. Okay. I know that's not all the court cases. Let's do that again. David Marles. The license was suspended, driving under the influence and possession of drug paraphernalia. The license was suspended again for another almost 3 years. Granted probation on both those and fined, and then 1 year in prison for the paraphernalia and fined a little over $5,000. This one was speeding, not guilty, no charges. Wow. However, okay, this makes sense. He probably got out of the. I normally do the citations for like probable cause for the stop. But this one here, so it was probably a plea deal where he didn't have to pay the fine on the traffic offense, but he still is going to jail for 3 years, 9 months in prison, and he will be fined a little over $8,500. Okay. This one was driving under the influence and license suspended for a year, granted probation, no prison time, and $694 fined. Bill Kinney, public intoxication. He was 6 months in prison and fined $711. Wow, for public intox. Domingo, failure to yield. He was fined $234. He's got another one here, which is possession of a controlled substance, which was 2 years in prison and fined $4,000. Wow. Bob Vargan, failure to yield, $243. Warrant for arrest, 2,001 year in prison. And then he got driving without insurance and was fined $1,608. Brenda Berkman. Dang. Evading arrest, leaving the scene of an accident, reckless driving, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of methamphetamines, and warrant for arrest. Got a total of 6 years, 6 months in prison, and fined a little over $11,000. License was suspended for pretty much 2 years. I think it's 2 years, 1 month? Or no, it's 1 month short of 2 years. So there you go. 1 month short of 2 years. So yeah, that's how that will work out. Lewis, possession of destructive devices and warrant for arrest. So 2 years in prison and fined $3,858. Is that it for court cases? I don't think so, but we'll double check. And that's it for court cases. Which is weird. Because I don't see the Sandy Shore court cases on there. Alright, I double checked, but I did not see the other court cases in there, which is weird. So that's fine. That's no big deal. We are complete with court for now, I guess. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves and have a wonderful, wonderful evening.